for joining the last session for the Humanology and CBMRA webinar. For this session, we talk about one of the very interesting topic. Okay, I'm also looking forward to learn and how it is, whether it still can improve my time management, because a lot of people ask me, okay, this is a common question. They mention, you seem very busy, but you're still able to produce so many books. How am I going to do it? Okay, so it's some of the very common question that comes to me. And of course, I maintain myself at least every year. I still produce at least 3 to 4 journals, and also I will maintain at least a minimum of 3 books that I'm going to produce. Not only that, I'm still supervising some of the PhD students, and also I volunteer, and also I help some of the PhD students, and also to solve. I do a lot of CSR currently. The reason why, because during the lockdown, there's no mechanism to pay, so it's okay. We just do whatever we can, because we believe that we do not need human to pay us. We let the creator to do something if they feel there is a need of it. So then let me introduce to you Mr. Ooi. Just to share before, Mr. Ooi is a certified project management professional. So when we talk about certified management professional, of course, this will be the group of people very sensitive towards time. Because if a project delay, they are the person that going to we kill them first. Because project management, I believe that time management is one of the core key that they need to manage. And also his PMP is from the Project Management Institute, PMI, US, and he's a certified SolidWorks professional from SolidWorks industry. He's also an exceptional project manager, innovative designer who has completed more than 20 development projects and recognized as the inventor of full patent design under the International Patent Corporation Treaty. Not only that, Mr. Ooi and also Mr. Tan currently, they are doing on one of the certification program that will be under the Certified Professional Time Management. So they are developing this course, hoping that this program will be able to help as a coach to coach those people need how you're able to utilize your time effectively and also efficiently. With this, I will leave. I think I talked more than 20 minutes already, so it's better for me to leave it to Mr. Ooi to continue, and we learn from the expert how we are able to do it. Thank you very much. See you later.
Thank you, Dato'. First of all, I apologize for some of the problem. Can you hear me well? If you can hear me, can you please type something yes, or so that I know you can hear me? Okay, good, thanks. Yeah, first of all, I apologize again for some technical issue. Although we tried a lot of time in the morning, this morning, but still we face some of the technical issues. Suddenly something wrong with my laptop and my earphones, so I have to immediately change a new one. But yeah, this happens all the time in your life, so we just need to encounter it. Okay, so come back to today's topic, conquering the clock. What does it mean, conquering the clock? When we say conquering the clock, it doesn't mean that you have to buy as many clock as you can to conquer the whole market. Okay, we are talking about more on the time management. So time management is always a very key important to do for every of our life. And bear in mind, we always have to conquer the time and not let the time to conquer you back. What does it mean that let the time to conquer you back? It means that you do a lot of things, busy a lot of things, but you know at the end there's no result and you don't know what you are doing. So this is kind of we saying that you let the time to conquer you, especially in this new paradigm after the post COVID-19. So this what Dato has mentioned, this is the last webinar already for our whole series of 14 webinars that we have in the past. So we have talked a lot what's the new paradigm. We need to keep social distance. We need to work from home. We have a remote team. We cannot gather together. So when we face all these issues, how are we going to manage our time well in order to get the maximum output from that? Okay. So as one Dato has introduced myself just now, my name is Wee Kheong, or some of them used to call me Mr. Ooi, or either one is fine. So as one Dr. mentioned, I'm the PMP, but I would like to introduce more myself other than what we have here on the screen. Okay, we are talking about time management. So when we come out with word time management, we're thinking of the busy and thinking of the multitasking and multi-characters. So I would like to introduce myself as a human. So I am an employee of a corporate world. I'm attached to one of the multinational company, and also at the same time, I'm a trainer. I'm a certified trainer, and I'm a husband, and I'm a father of 4. Okay, I have 4 kids, and all 4 of them are staying at home during this MCO, while I'm still need to work from home every day. And at the same time, I'm also a student. I'm a student. I'm I have a kids of my parents. Okay, yeah. By the way, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers that we have in this group. Okay, and also I am we are developing a certified program right now with Dato. So with all these kind of tasks or all these things on board, how am I going to manage my time so that we still can complete all the tasks? So today I'm going to share with you what is my secrets, because a lot of people used to ask me how you manage your time. How can you do so many things? We only have 24 hours. How you manage all these things? So I'm going to share with you some of the secret I have. Okay. Hey, like what Benjamin Franklin used to say. By the way, I want to try to make this session into a two-way. So you can open your chat to type on whatever things that you want to say. And from time to time, I'm going to have some interact session with you. So the first interact session I have, I want to know, any one of you don't know who is Benjamin Franklin? Okay, if you know, type quickly, type yes. If you don't know, you just type no. So I just want to know, because at least you need to know who am I talking about, right? When you talk it. So yeah, I saw someone say yes, yes, yes. Okay, it's good that you know who is Benjamin Franklin. If you don't know who is Benjamin Franklin, that's no worry at all. You just now look outside your house or your window, all the high-rise building. There's one rod on top of the building. That's called electro rod. That's invented by Benjamin Franklin. Okay, so he used to say it. Remember that the time is the money, and for me, in fact, time is more important than the money. Why am I say so? Because if you lost your money, you still always have the way and the method to gain it back. But if you lost your time, trust me, you have no way to gain it back. You lost it, you lost it. You cannot say that, oh, I want to go back to tomorrow, yesterday, or the day before, or last week. There's no way. So if you think that your money is very important, you treat it very well, please equally do it to your time, because your time is as equal important as your money. Okay, both have the same level. Okay, so we every day in our human life in this world, we always used to say, I'm very busy. I work from 7 morning and then 7 at the night. But if you ever think, what are you busy for? Okay, are you really doing something, or you busy for doing nothing? Like what Lao Tzu used to say, doing nothing is always better than being busy doing nothing. Why does it say so? Doing nothing means that you just sit there and relax. You know yourself, I am relaxing. Okay, but so if you didn't get anything, nothing for you to expect, because you are doing nothing. But if you keep on busy, but end up you didn't get what you expect, or what are the effectiveness that you result that you want to get, you will eventually feel more tense and upset and all these things. And this is why always people used to say, hey, come on, I work for 7 to 7. Why my boss still not happy with me? Or why I contribute so much in my family? Why my family members still never appreciate that? So bear in mind one thing. If you busy, doesn't mean that you are productive. Okay, you always need to balance out the busy between the busy and also the productive. Okay, you need to do something we really have some result which benefit to you, your company, your employee, or your family as well. Don't always busy for nothing. So this is something that we really need to bear in mind. What are we busy for? First of all, I want to do test, a small test. I hope all of you can join me on this test. So if you have paper and pen on with you, that's good. You just need to jot down. I have a 5 question. This very simple answer, either yes or no only. So you just need to record down how many yes you have and how many no you have. If you don't have paper and pen, not to worry at all. You have handphone or anything, or you can use your memory or your fingers to count how many yes. Here is yes, here is no. How many yes and how many no you have. Okay. Are you ready? If ready, then we put a yes and we can start now. Can I have say, are you ready? Yep. Okay, good. So we are ready. So the first question. I use goal setting to decide what task and activity I should work on. What does it mean? Before you're doing something or when you receive something, you will think that what is eventually I want to achieve before I start to do my work or before I start my activity. If yes, then you mark it down as a yes. If no, then no. Okay. Let's go to second question. I know how much time I spend on each of my various tasks I do. It means that you know how many time that you spend for every task that you do. From 8 o'clock, what you do, 9 o'clock, what you do, and how you spend how much time on your daily, every other activity. Okay, yes and no. The third question, I prioritize my to-do list or action program. What do you mean? You have a list of things that you have to do every day, and which one is prioritized you have to do first, you have to do second. You always have this kind of list. Yes or no? If you yes, then put the yes. No, put the no. The fourth question, I leave contingency time in my schedule to deal with the unexpected. What does it mean? I give you an example. For example, you want to cook for your family. You usually use 30 minutes to prepare meals. But instead, when your kids ask you, Mom, Dad, how long you need to prepare a meal? Instead of 30 minutes, you say, no, I need 40 minutes because you spare 10 minutes in order to face some unexpected. I use, like, for a good example, this morning, we test, I myself, Dr. Vincent, we test for 30 minutes. And now we still have some problem. So we have to deal with the aspect. If yes, then yes. The last question, before I take on a task, I check that the result will work for the time I put in. What does it mean? It means when the boss gives you a things or before you want to do something, you already evaluate if the result is really beneficial to you or bring something good to your life or your job and all these things. If yes, put the yes. Okay. So now, if you have all these questions, can you quickly open your chat and type it out? How many yes you have in your records? Okay, don't need to put just a number. How many yes you have in your records? I want to do a quick survey. Know how many people? 4 yes, 1 no. Wow, good. 3. Yeah. So 5. Wow, good. Great. So yeah, there's a lot of people put 4, 3 yes too. So if your answer is 4 or 5, it's good. Congratulations. You are actually managing your time quite well. 3.5. How come become a half? Why is a half? Half is what? Yes or no? 50-50? Okay, very good. Quite interesting question. 3.5. Okay, so but if your answer is 3 and below, not to worry at all. In fact, I have to congratulate you because you spend your time on the right thing today. We are here today to learn together or to share together how we spend our time well or how we manage our time better. So this is actually the quick test to test out how good you are in your time management. All right. So if you don't know if you want to know about time management, actually I simplify it into 4 steps. The first step, you need to know where you use your time. We keep on busy, but how you spend your time on every other activity? This is something that you really need to know. After you know how you spend your time, then you have to do what I want to do, setting a goal, what you want to achieve, what are the things that you want to do. Once you have the goal, then you only think of how we do that. You have some tool that's supporting you to complete the goals of the task. Then when you know how to do and come to the last one is how you're going to manage your time in order to complete the goal that you are setting at the first. Okay, so these are 4 simple steps that I coming up today. So we are going to discuss in details one by one. So let's go to the first point, how you use your time. Okay, another survey time that I want to do. So if any one of you ever heard below sentence before in your life, okay, if yes, I put a yes. The first question, the first thing is, I want to do this. It's very important, it's very nice, but unfortunately, I have no time at all. Okay, this is the first question. If you, I believe a lot of you, if you hear this sentence before, or the similar one, or the second statement that you always used to hear, this is in fact a very good plan, and I want to meet you to talk more about that, but I have no time this month or next month. If you hear about this statement before, yes or no? If yes, then we can quickly put the yes. Yeah, I can start to see people say yes, a lot of say yes, yes. So, and the last statement, which is the most common statement, I want to go with you. It's a very nice trip. I want to go travel. I want to do this and do that. But eventually, I don't have time. My time is fully occupied. Right. So I believe this is one of the most common statements that all of us been mentioned. And I also keep on talking about this thing. But we keep on mentioning about I'm busy, I have no time, I don't have this thing, I don't have that. But where all your time been? Where does it go? Did you ever think of that? So if we talk about the time, actually, is you can simply divide it into three different categories. The first category, which is called as a solid time. When it's called solid time, is the time you spend to use to exchange your time or money or for qualification. So if you are an employee, your working hour is a solid time, which you cannot adjust. You have to be in office, for example, 8 to 5, that means that's 8 to 5, that's a solid time. So if you are a student, so your class time, your tutorial time, that is your solid time, you cannot change. Okay. The second part is we call it maintenance time. Maintenance time is where the time that you spend your life to keep your life workable. For example, you need to sleep, you need to go to bio break, or you need to have your meals, eating time, or that is classified as a maintenance time. And the last portion, which is the most interesting portion, is called discretionary time. So that is the time where you can choose what you want to do and how you want to spend. This is where you can control. So my suggestion to you all is starting today. Okay, remember, I repeat my statement, starting today or starting now, right after this webinar. Start to list now what are the activities you've done every day. Okay, you can start it with this week. Okay, why I say I have to start it now? Why I have to emphasize now? Because we as a human, we always like to say one statement. Oh, I will start this thing tomorrow. Okay, when it comes to tomorrow, what you will say? Oh, I have something to do. I will start this thing again tomorrow again, right? So tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So when will be the tomorrow? When will be your start date? You will never have a start date. So everything you want to do, you appreciate your time, you start it now. So start to find out how much time that you spend on each of the category. How much your solid time, how much your discretionary time, how much your maintenance time. From there, you will know where is all your time go. So when you keep on saying you are busy, so where are you busy about? So this is where a reflection, you know what are you doing and where is all your time spending. Okay, so this will be a very good checkpoint for you to understand yourself. After you know where all your time been or how you spend your time, then you have to go to the second step. Okay, I start to think what I want to do. So you need to come up a to-do list. What does it mean to-do list? You need to list out what you want to do that on the particular days or particular weeks. But bear in mind, you list out everything doesn't mean that you have time or you need to complete every of the things. Okay, there's a few techniques for you to evaluate or to prioritize in order to utilize your time well. The first one I use is called 80 and 20 rules. 80 and 20 rules is actually introduced by an Italian guy. It's called Wilfredo Pareto. Right? Sorry. Yeah. I think a lot of people used to understand it or get to know it as a Pareto chart, right? It's a chart that used to determine. And what Mr. Pareto means he said 80% of the result is actually contribute by 20% of activities. In fact, this Mr. Pareto is an economist. He even had one statement is calling that 80% of the wealth in the worldwide actually controlled by 20% of the population. So we need to identify what is this 20%. How we to identify is Hello?
Oh, komen dah tadi tu.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So you need to identify what are the things that can bring you can bring you to have a highest efficiency, biggest result, and most benefit to you and the company, and focus on that 20% activity first. Okay. So once you define out what is the 20% activities, you can use another method we used to call it the 4DX. 4DX is actually a method. The full name is called 4 Discipline of Execution. It's been introduced by two guys we call Stephen Covey and Chris McConey. Okay, what he used to say, he said if you want to complete your task, you need to have 4 discipline level. You need to focus, leverage, engagement, and accountability. So I would suggest this method to a lot of employee of the superior or the management level to replace the traditional way of time tracking. So if you happen to attend my last webinar, I think last month, so I talking about in this new paradigm, in this new COVID-19, when you a lot of team members is remote or happen in remotely, no longer in the one place, you shouldn't focus a lot on the process. That means in the traditional way of we are asking people to list down 8 to 9 o'clock what you are doing, 10 to 11 o'clock what you're doing, this is no longer suitable. You should focus on the deliverables. So you can come out of 4DS chatbot or the scoreboard. You put it as a game, okay? Let your employee to list down what are the top 3 things that they want to do on that particular weeks or that particular days, okay? Make it as a healthy competition. Everyone list down 3. So if you complete the task fully, 100%, you can get 3 marks. If you just get it about complete about 70% of that particular task, you can get 2 marks. And if you complete about 40%, you get 1 mark, and less than 40, you get 0 marks. So by every week, end of the week, or every end of the month, you can just calculate how many marks that you get. So it's you will not make your people feel that you are tracking them or what are they doing every hour, but you can know that how they spend their time, if they spend their time on the right things or not. Okay, so it's also another healthy competition, especially they are now all your team members might sitting on a different place in the remote form. So it's kind of a healthy competition, and you can get some peer pressure even they are not in the same office. You can put this checklist in the share folder or the online system platform so that everyone can know what is other people or what's my peer is performing. So I would suggest this method to replace the old method of the time tracking method. Okay, so after we know where I spend my time, what I want to know, so we go to the next step. What's the next step? How you're going to execute your task and how you're going to manage your time well so that you can complete all your tasks on time. Okay, the first thing, if you already identify all 3 priority or all 5 priority that you want to do, there's something that new coming in. How you manage that? You have to learn how to say no. So a lot of people might say, oh, sorry, I have some difficulties. It's hard for me to say no. I cannot say no to people, I cannot reject people. But what I want to say here is, no doesn't mean that you push them off totally. Okay? I'm not asking you to say no, full stop. Okay, don't try to, when talk to people, don't try to say no, full stop. It won't benefit to you at all. People will only think that, oh, this guy is very pushy. Okay, when we say no, try to come up with some constructive proposal or solution. Okay, for a very good example, I share with you. Like you say, okay, Mr. Wee, can you help me? Does somebody tell me, Mr. Wee, can you help me to do these things and project and so on? So when I know that this project will not in my priority list, I have much more important things to do. I will tell him, oh, sorry, Mr. ABC, I think that this is a very good project that it might benefit to me and also both of us. But unfortunately, I feel that whoever Mr. C or Mr. D, or where we can outsource this project to whoever who have a better expertise and can complete this thing in a good way, better manner, and also in a shorter time. But if anything that I can support or I can give my input, I will always there to support that. Okay, you can hear you get what I mean? It means that I am saying no indirectly to that person, but in this way, he's easier to accept, because when you say no, At least I bring something. The person feel that he brings some, he gets something back. He has some solution, even you didn't help him to do that. So this is a way how we say no, okay, and not just no and full stop. In this way, then it's actually a benefit to both parties. You still can focus on whatever that you need to do. At the same time, the person that requests you or the requester still can manage to solve the problem in the other way because you already give him the solution. Okay, so this is the first method. And the second method, when how we manage our time well if we want to focus on whatever that we are on priority, is called delegation. So when we talk about delegation, first thing come to your mind is say, oh, asking people to do for you. Okay, in fact, delegation is there's more. I would say there's more. The description I think is more wide. When talking about delegation, you have 4 ways of delegation. You can go upwards, downwards, left, and right. What does it mean that? When you say upward, it means delegate to your boss, okay, well, your superior. What you can delegate to them when there is some decision making or some of the tasks that need a wider or a bigger perspective before, or bigger perspective before, or more diversified view before you make the decision. That task, definitely your superior and your boss can do a better decision. So in come to this situation, try to delegate to them. Okay? And left and right, left is means that delegate to your peers or other department which they are expert in, or their job function, which under their job function. Okay, and when delegate to your peers, everything, bear in mind, use the same method as what I mentioned just now, how to say no. Never just say, come on, this is something for you. All right, don't use that. Always say, this is something that I need your support. Then use a way that constructive, use a positive way, but always say, if need any support, I will always there to support you. And the other, when I say delegate to your right, what does it mean? It means that you are delegation your works to external party. What do you mean as delegate your things to external party? I mean, for example, we want to have a webinar. We have 14 webinar right now. When we first want to think we want to have a webinar, do we need to have our own platform? The answer is no, because we can delegate or we can outsource the platform to other people. There's so many webinar platforms in the market. Like today we are using GoToMeeting. There's still a lot like the team, like Zoom and all these things. So you no need to do everything yourself. Just find an expert to delegate the job or outsource the job to them so that it can faster your job, and also it can be more efficient. You can done the job better. Okay? So try to delegate or outsource the thing which you think you cannot manage it or you don't want to do that. Okay. The last one is the delegation to the bottom, which is the most common or most commonly used by all of us. But bear in mind one thing, as a management or employer, we always make a very key mistake. We like to order our people what to do. Steve Jobs, I think all of you know Steve Jobs, is a CEO or founder of Apple. So he used to say, it doesn't make sense for us to hire a smart person. I believe when we haven't hired a person, we normally only pick the smart person. We never hire the employee which have problem, right? So when we hire a smart person, doesn't make sense for us to order them what to do. We should give them free hand what they want to do. Of course, you can give them your expectation, your direction, but let them do whatever that they do, so you can focus on what you need to do. Okay? Because everyone only have 24 hours. You cannot focus everything, anything. So you need to delegate the job to the right person, and trust your employee and trust your person is the right thing to do. Especially under this scenario where you are no longer sitting in the same office and you cannot gather everyone at the same place. So delegate them, trust them, and maybe you can use other method to tracking what are they doing, like 4DX and what's it called. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to share with you is called self-management. So what does it mean, self-management? You need to really be very disciplined that what you want to do. Just now we did mention that we are coming out a few priorities that I want to do. Stay focused and stay with the things that your plan. In that way, stick to your plan. Don't simply divert or distract by other things. So, but you might have a question mark. I didn't ask for that, but people will keep on coming and request you. So if I'm doing my things, some people come and talk to me or request me something. So how am I going to deal with it? Okay, you might have this kind of question. Actually, the answer is very simple. I use a very good example is like money. I like to use money because people always say time is money. So if you don't have money or you want to buy something which you have not enough money, what you will do? I believe majority of the people or most of the people will first think of cut cost, saving. I want to cut this, I want to cut my meal, cut this, and that in order to get enough money. Okay, this is one method and the one of the most traditional method. In fact, there's a second method which is a better one, but not many people is applying, which is called exploring the new opportunity. Okay, no matter how good you cut, there's a limit. But if you explore new opportunity, there's no limit. What does it mean? So let's say people pass you the new task to do. Say, Mr. Ooi, can you help me do this project? So I know that I have no time to do for the projects, but I still feel that in long term this project might be beneficial to me. I don't want to say no to him. So what am I doing in order not to affect my priority list? So I explore a new opportunity in order to retain this project. For example, I tell him that, oh, Mr. ABC, this is a very good project, but I have a better proposal for you. In order to complete only A, we should complete A, B, C. You get what I mean? We explore more things other than what he originally scoped. A, B, C. So with A, B, C, they will bring much more benefit and opportunity to your company. You will be very unique, and you can bring your level to another level up. Bring your product level to another level up. So to attract him, to tell him what is the beneficial if you add in new things, at the same time, you say, yeah, please allow me to have 2 more weeks for me to come out with a better proposal for you. You see, in this case, because you're exploring a new opportunity, then you are gaining more time for that. Okay? So try to use, open up your mind, not only square with whatever the people requesting you, think out of that, so that with all the new opportunity, in fact, you can actually gaining more time for yourself to complete your task. So this is another way that we are talking about exploring the new opportunity. Okay. The last technique that I'm going to use to share with you is called Pomodoro Technique. Okay, Pomodoro is same as just now the Pareto is introduced by an Italian guy. Okay, Italian guy called Francesco Cillo. The inventor is called Francesco Cillo. So I just want to check. Any one of you know Italian here? Actually, Pomodoro is an Italian word. If anyone know what is this Italian word means in English, can I try and see? If you know, can you quickly type on the chat? No? Yeah, anyone know what is this Pomodoro means? Yeah, if you manage to answer the question, I might give you some reward at the end of the session. Yeah. No. Yeah, still no? Okay, unfortunately, okay, I have to stop now, else people will start to Google and give me the answer. Okay, so no worry if you know, I will give you the answer now. Ta-dang! The answer is tomato. So he used, that's why a lot of people used to call the Pomodoro technique as a tomato technique. Okay, tomato technique or the Pomodoro technique is actually a method or the technique to let you to fully focus on one thing. If you think you are a person that cannot pay a full focus on a dedicated task, probably you can practice on this technique. Okay. It's only have 5 steps, very simple step. Number 1, you identify what you want to do on that particular time. Okay, bear in mind, only one task, one top priority task that you want to complete it. Okay, then start to get in your timer to set 25 minutes. Why 25 minutes? Probably this is something introduced by Mr. Francesco Cillo, saying that 25 minutes is a time frame where it's easier for us to pay a full attention. So 25 minutes, then during this 25 minutes, you fully concentrate to do on the task that you are selected. If you think that you will be distracted by the social media, handphone, all these things, put all these things away. Lock yourself into a one room and fully pay focus on that. Okay. After 25 minutes, you give yourself a 5 minutes break. So During this 5 minutes, it doesn't mean that, I believe I can start to swipe my handphone now. No, okay? These five minutes, in fact, is just to allow you to do some stretching, or you go for bio break, or go and look for something green, okay? Look outside your window, look for some trees to relax your eyes, to relax yourself. Then you set another 25 minutes to continue your task, because probably you cannot finish your task on the first 35 minutes, okay? Then continue the second section of 35 minutes. So repeat this sequence for 4 times. So it's talking, so that's why 25 is talking about taking you about 2 hours. Okay, after these 2 hours, only you start a long break for that. Very long, talking about long break is about 15 to 30 minutes long break. Okay, so if you have some situation, say, oh, during this 25 minutes, probably I be interrupted and have to, and when the minute on the 20, I have to get interrupted. Not to worry, you just need to talk you have to stop, but you just need to talk your 5 minutes into your next session. The next session becomes 25, becomes 30. So this is kind of the technique that makes you to focus on complete on one task. But of course, there is a disadvantages of this technique is saying that if you are multitasking, if a person that like to be a multitasking, probably this is not a very good technique for you. But if you have something urgent and you need to complete the very short time and full focus, probably you can consider on this technique. I try it by myself. This is a very powerful technique. Okay, so we call you can search for it for details, Pomodoro Technique. So just now we're talking about, we know where we spend our time, after we know, then we want to set the goal, what we want to do, then how we do that. And now I'm going to share with you what are the tools or how are the technology am I using in order to keep or tracking my activities to make sure everything is on time. Okay, the first thing that I'm using is for the planner and the tracking is called calendar. Okay, I still remember in a very old time, although I'm still very young, okay, I have to declare myself very young, I only 30 something, but when I'm kids time, okay, I used to see my parents' table, okay, have a very big table calendar in the rectangular shape. Any one of you see that in the past? So where you record down what you want to do today, and that's all. Yeah, anyone of you see this calendar? Yes or no? If yes, can you put yes? I want to see how many of you know what am I talking about, the table calendar. A big square shaped table calendar where you put yes, yes, yes. Yeah, those that say yes, congratulations. You are actually exploring your age level. Yeah, you are about same age or older than me, okay? Because all the young generation probably don't know what is that called. Okay, that's the table calendar for you to do all your planning. Okay, but I'm not going to ask you to go back to the old technique. We need to utilize the latest technology, IoT, okay, and the real-time technology. Every one of us have a handphone. If no matter you have Apple, Android, you can use your Google Calendar or Apple Calendar. Okay, actually, this calendar is very powerful tools for you to plan what you want to do on that day or that week. Okay, hereby I give you a very good example. Like every morning I want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do some exercise for 1 hour. Then I go in for breakfast. What I want to do, like for example, today we have a session, calculate the clock, 10:30, 11:30 is already in my calendar. Yeah, so with this, you will never miss out what are the key things that you want to do. Because I believe all of you have a problem is that, oh, I forgot to do this today. I forgot to do that today. Yeah, so actually this calendar is eventually helping you to plan what you want to do so that you don't miss out and you are keeping everything on track and on time. And if your friend or any one of you saying that, hey, can I grab 10 minutes or 10 minutes of your time? From that, you can immediately look at it, know that. And don't bear in mind, this thing is in your handphone. Now, if you go out to if you want to go out, wallet or everything is no longer your essential. Handphone is it? Because if you have handphone, you don't even need to bring your wallet. You have e-wallet at all, okay? So you can immediately check and you know what you want to do. And you know where is your free time and where you can slot in your time. So please utilize your calendar to plan what you want to do. And from that, and one thing also a very good thing that you can use your calendar is from all the activity that you've done, like what I mentioned, you need to ask the first task I passed to you guys is start today, check what you do every hours. So this is a tools that you can use. Every hour, just record down in your phone what am I doing this hour, this hour, and this hour. And from that, actually, you can summarize out what are the time where you have your energy level is on the higher side, meaning that you are very focused, and when your focus is starting to go down. And so from that, you can eventually plan your activity according to your energy level as well. Like morning time, if you are the person that only usually can focus on the morning, then you plan to do some reading or something energetic works in the morning. But when come to afternoon, your energy level start to go down, then try to plan some of the relaxed activity in the afternoon. So this is calendar is actually helping you to do all these things. Okay, after you have a calendar, what you want to do, and you need to utilize another powerful tools that we have in almost all of our handphone, but I believe not everyone will use. It's called reminder. Okay, in our human, we tend to still rely a lot on our memory. We think our memory is good, but it doesn't mean that our memory is not good or cannot be trusted. But why don't you utilize the technology to support you on that? Okay, if for example, if you are the salesperson, you know that I want to go and meet Mr. ABC today after 2 o'clock. But what you need to get prepared before you go and meet him. Or this is where you this is a place where you have to jot down under reminder. So before you go and visit, what I want to dress, what I want to prepare, what is his favorite thing, what I can say, what I cannot say. So this is the place where you set the reminder and remind yourself what you want to do before the task. And it's a very powerful tool because because everyone was, as we always used to say, we are so busy, so not necessarily you can remember every of the single thing. So this is the tools that can help you on that. So try to utilize all these tools, and this will eventually help you to do your time planning very well. The last thing is talking about records. So if you are attending my last webinar about project management, I actually sharing the same tools as well. So I share this tool to actually for the project, managing the projects. Okay, but actually we also can use the same tool to manage our personal life. So in the old way, actually, maybe some of people still using this way is that we tends to record everything in the diary. Okay, but when you record the diary, there's a problem. Like we always have the problem is I don't know where I put my diary. Or I left my diary in the office, but I'm not at home. I don't know what am I recording in the past. So these tools or this interface is actually helping you on that. So this is a freeware actually I get. So you can have your personal timetable. So you list out what you want to do on priority and what is the to-do list, what is the pending, and you can put some remarks on yourself. And for example, probably you cannot finish everything at the same time. You just put a remarks over there. What is the comment? What is my status? What I want to do that. You know where you stop. When you come back to this thing, you know where you stop and not keep on thinking and say, oh, where am I stopping the day? Where am I stopping the day? So utilize all these platforms that can support you. And all these platforms is in the cloud system. Okay. No matter where are you, whether as long as you have one handphone, you can actually access all this activity. This is what we used to call utilize the IoT, Internet of Things, real-time information. And if you want to share, it's also a good thing that when you have a spouse that always want to know what are you doing. I think all of us will have this problem because your spouse always saying, what are you busy for? What are you busy for? No worry, because you can invite him to become one of the owner of your personal timetable, so he can assess what are you doing. So no need to explain, it's self-explain everything. He or she also can assess you to know what are you doing right now, tomorrow, and later on, and what you need to focus on. So it is a very powerful tool. Try to utilize all these things. Okay. If you want to know more about this tool, you can always contact me. I can share more about with you. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so let me come up with some of the summary that what am I talking today. I'm talking for I think more than 40 minutes. So let me summarize what am I talking. First, if you want to manage your time really, really well, you need to know where am I utilize my time now. So in other words, say where you spend my time. Starting now, right after this webinar, start to record down what are you doing every day. Okay, how much time you spend. You spend like 3 o'clock, I start to play social media. Okay, record down. Facebooking. Okay, record down. So from there, you know if you really utilize your time at the right thing. As I mentioned just now, there's 3 categories: solid time, which you cannot avoid; maintenance time, also you cannot avoid; and the last session, which you can avoid, spend, then utilize it well. Then after that, come out a to-do list. You can come out in a manual way, like what I'm sharing with you just now. You can use an online platform, the club system, for you to list down what you want to do, so that you don't miss out the priority and all these things. Then utilize the tools. All right, when the tools that I'm talking today, we are talking about the 4DX tools, the 80-20, the tomato technique, right? And also your how to say no, and how you explore more time when you want to talk the new requests coming in, how you buy time and all these things. And the last one is to utilize your IoT. What does it mean utilize the IoT? It's talking about the Google Calendar or the Apple Calendar, the apps that you have in your handphone, or reminder, or the just now platform I'm sharing with you. Utilize all these things, because this is the way that helping you to track all your activities. And you know yourself, when you want to do some reflection, try to do some reflection every week, or I would suggest at least once a week, to go and review back. What am I doing? Is it I spend my time in the right way, or what is it? So this is eventually helping you to manage your time and make yourself to a very successful person. So because if you conquer your time, or you can manage your time, meaning that you can conquer your life. Okay. Hey, that's all what I want to share today. So I'm now open the chat group again for you to come out any of the question that you want to come up. Yeah, if you are feeling shy as all of the Malaysian, you have any question that you want to come out in the public, you can always email me. That's my email address over here, and the slide and everything will be uploaded to the Telegram. Telegram address, I think Dr. Vincent will publish it later on. So you have any of the problem, can always contact us. And as one Dr. mentioned just now, we're going to have a certified program of the time management. If you want to know more, you are always welcome to do that. Or you want to know in details of what am I talking about, the technique, everything, or some discussion, you are always to do now or later. Yeah. So I pass back the session to Dato.
Thank you very much for your sharing. It's very interesting. So while waiting for the question, and also today, please ask question, because today is our last sessions, and also the Humanology online platform will be ready by latest on the 24th of May. So that one is the latest, but we expect within these 2 weeks. So if then we have to wait for Dr. Vincent to announce it when it would be ready for launching, I would say. So of course we have to get approval from our big boss before we can do announcement on that. So because I haven't get the approval to tell the date, so it's better for me not to share. So one of the while waiting for the others, just want to ask. This is the last session, that's why I would ask. Okay. So how would you able to handle, for example, let's say you have a session with VVIP. Okay. All right. The VVIP continue to talk, then actually it reaches overtime. Okay. How would you handle? You cannot tell your boss, hey, Dato Sri, I got another meeting. You try this time, I can tell you, guarantee you no longer able to see the Dato Sri some more. How would you handle?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question, because all of us will always have a boss which like to talk a lot and more. Okay, by the way, before I answer the question, I think I have a talk with Dr. Vincent just now. We are tend to try to have some Wi-Fi session since today is the last session. Can all of you, if you have a webcam, can you on all your webcam, please? Yeah, because I think for past 14 sessions, we missed out one of the Wi-Fi session where all of us try to on webcam as many as we can. We try to make a Wi-Fi session before
please support us to on the webcam. Let me look for a good place first. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, you are welcome to on all your webcam, because we want to try to take a Wi-Fi session with all of you. Yeah, thank you. I start to see somebody, Mr. Yap, Gary. Yeah, thank you.
I am ready
more
very
to
soon.
come. Come, because Yeah, this is something that we missed out in the past. We have a lot of 14 sessions, but we missed out one of the VP sessions. So
Yes, please. I'm going to on it now. Let me adjust my. Okay, where is the angle? No, 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 no. Okay, like this. Then, waiting for the others to on.
Yep.
Please on your.
Yeah, I think we have more and more coming out already.
Camera.
Oh, great. Yeah, Dr. Vincent, are you going to snap a photo or how that?
I can do a screenshot. No problem.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Miss.
Are we
I could
getting
see.
more and
Let
more?
me see. Okay, I can see Mr. Teo. We can see Mr. Muhammad Zulkifli. We able to see Gary and Miss Ng, and also who else? Miss Lim, Miss Mini, Mr. Yap. Mr. Yap, you look familiar, you know. You look very, very familiar. Are you attending any session in UPM before? You look familiar, I don't know.
No, he looked familiar because with mask. Everyone with the mask, so it's familiar.
A different person, right?
A different person. Okay. Because you look like one of my master students.
No, everyone look familiar with the mask because all the masks is the same shape and same color, so everyone look familiar with the mask, right?
So that's why I'm doing a research on how do we able to read non-verbal with a mask. Okay, I'm doing a research on that, so stay tuned with us. So it should be out very soon, because even though you use your mask, so your muscle on this side also, we're able to tell you. And not only that, we are focusing on the FACS, which is all the muscle on the face, for you to analyze that. Just only from this part we are able to see. And recently I did a research also among 100 plus people in the webinar. So I analyzed their behavior and also personality through the online webinar session. It's very interesting, because everything, all the knowledge is for me, I go through research. Okay, so
okay, we can do a screenshot, I think.
Yes,
we're getting more and more people. Yeah,
Mr. Ru, thank you very much.
Okay,
Mr. Kingston, thank you very much. I'm not IT savvy, so that's why I do not know how to do it.
Yeah, I think Dr. Vincent said that.
How is a person emotion? You can detect it easily. Actually,
I already done a few screenshots already.
Okay,
okay, that's great. That's great. The others.
Okay, so
where are you?
Say lah 1, 2, 3 before screenshot.
Yes, please.
No,
Ini
just
tak ready.
some random one.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna make one official one.
Hold on. Wait for others. Where are others? Where is Mr. Chow Hock Lim, Norman, WNA, Nuriza, Ahmad Fahan, Irene, Norfanil, Marini, Rizam, Anis, Aida, Surya, DY45, Raja Khairil, Tan Liada, Abdurrahman, Malina. You have been supporting us. I never see your face. Please let me to see your face. Malina, where are you? Thank you, Donna. You work from home?
Yes.
I see. Okay. Carmen, where are you? Habibah, where are you? Shirin, where are you? Miss Lee Paisley, where are you? Mr. Admin, Diana, Malini, Liu, Lin, Jen, Dayang, Manfei, Elaine Wong, Sasa, Jacqueline, I will see you, but today you want to show your face. Please show your face. No, Soraya. Okay, Gayanti,
Good.
Darren.
Yeah. So
Oh,
are
with
we
the
going
Ryan
to?
song some more. Oh, that's great. Okay, so
Okay,
thank you
Vincent.
very much for everybody to join. Hope to see you soon.
Hey,
Anything, so if you have
hold on.
any question or anything, any personal issue, for example, just now after hosting the webinar, I received a lot of calls non-stop because of some issue pop up from the
Thank
another side.
you.
Hey, okay, Dr. Vincent, are you ready?
Okay, ready? 1, 2. I think more is coming in. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
This is a good
Okay,
session. I'm going to
done.
analyze which one is a genuine smile, which one is not a genuine smile. You're
Okay.
talking to a body language analyst.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Finally, I see you.
Wait, hold on. Where's the Q&A? Q&A not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Where is the
No.
Q&A?
Okay, no, the Q&A. Yeah, Dato asked the question. Okay. Am I missing any question or only there's a question from Dato, right? Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, how do you stop the VVIP? I
Okay,
always
how
have
much?
this issue.
How do I stop the VVIP? Actually, honestly, it's quite difficult to stop our the VVIP. But one way that I used to share is like try to kind of like the way that the method that I'm using is like when they talk, I said you try to first we have to agree with them first. I think this is a very good point. I tend to
You
I
continue to
tend
talk.
no. What it means you try to gain back the chances to talk. Okay, it's like because the only way that you can stop it is you talk. You take back the charge. Okay, so in order to let him
Unfortunately,
continue.
my mentor, Dr. Sri, when he start talking, you have no chance to talk.
Then you have to sit down and
Through the
listen to
phone,
him.
because he like to call me in the morning for something to find something. This is his favorite time, or at night. So it will be after. This month is a bit okay, but morning before masuk puasa, he will call me and a lot of things. What happened? That it's a learning curve for me, but sometimes I do not know how to stop, even though from the phone. But if it's face to face, I can use body language to stop him. Okay, usually based on my experience, I'm able to control body language to stop him from talking. But through the phone, I have difficulties reasoning. If anybody have any secret, please teach me. I need to learn from you. What should I do? And some more, he called me about 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:30 in the morning. You cannot say that, I'm so sorry, I got another phone coming in, which is not logical. How to handle? If anybody have any solution, please share with me, and also might be private message me. And also for those who do not have my phone number, I type my phone number now. Okay, one thing for sure is any WhatsApp coming, guarantee I will reply. That's for sure. Okay.
Yeah,
There's one participant, when I gave a talk at the I cannot remember what the hotel. Okay, because one of the I mentioned this statement, guarantee I will reply. One of the participants really text me, and then I reply her. She replied me, yeah, it's true. Hypothesis tested. So if you have any questions or anything you would like to share, so today is a good session for us to share. I want to wish those with puasa, please take this good time to to contemplate and also to evaluate, do a balanced account for yourself. What have you done right? What have you done wrong in your life? And also, if possible, if you did something wrong, seek for forgiveness. Then hoping that that another person that forgive us, so we can go for the long run rather than in the future when anything happened to us one day. So it's so tired for us to go to get apology from the person after we died.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Wai Quinn. Thank you very much, Shalina, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you. Great. That is a good session. Finally, we come to the end after 14 series of the webinar.
Yes, you're the one who do the last session. That's very, very interesting. And
Yeah, I thought today would be the last day of MCO, but unfortunately, we extended for another 1 month.
but I do not see what is the difference between now everybody start back to work and also life as normal. And just now when I talked to one of the officer, they told me what shopping mall more and more people. The officer called me because he advised me not to go to shopping mall with certain reason. So he just tell me that it's possible not to go to shopping mall with certain reason. I just follow the advice they have. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Asma. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Rofian. Especially thanks to KBS for joining this session. And I will need to thanks to the dedicated work of the KBS staff that share the link to the others. I sincerely appreciate for it. And also just now there's one person that do not able to come in. I hope the person already in. Okay, so we just help whatever we could. Thank you, Dr. Diana. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Taufik. Taufik, do you from KBS? Oh.
Is Tato facing some connection issue? I think he left the meeting already.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
if that's the case, then I will do some closing. So thank you, Mr. Ooi. Thank you, Tato, for moderating. So to everyone, thank you so much for your support to our webinar. So stay tuned to our LMS and our e-learning system, which will be hopefully launched in within this month. So definitely we need to get our approval first. And this is our last session. We never expected the MCO to be extended. Now it's called ECMCO, whereby I think mostly economy is already starting to run. So, okay, thank you so much once again. Please remember to join the Telegram groups to get any recap of our previous sessions. All updates will be sent to you to your Eventbrite registered email, as well as our Facebook page, CBMRA's Facebook page. So keep in touch and stay safe. Okay, keep yourself safe, keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself sanitized as well. So thank you so much once again. Thank you, Mr. Ooi. So I will end the session straight away. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
thank you, Dr. Vincent. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.